Hello, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Hey, my name is Yaa'S. Welcome to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. Yes, on this platform, we do a variety of programs. A lot of them are based on my books. I'm an Amazon International best-selling author of 4 books, and I'm going to go through the programs that we have on this platform. Yes, this platform has been in existence since 2020, thereabouts, when my first book came out. Yes. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the programs we have on this platform, and then I'm going to go and share. My capable host, Boating Russell, will be on a little later. So, let me just run through the programs. I trust that you've had a good week. Yes, it's a nice Saturday. The sun is out, but then again, who knows, right? We are headed towards the fall, but that's life, the seasons of life. So we've had a good summer. Now it's time to inch into fall. So let me start. Last week we were not here, so we're here today, and I need to let you know too that next week there will be no program because I have another program that I have to be at. So, what it is on this platform, we have our Saturday Facebook Lives, and we've been doing these lives. When my first book came out, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, we did lives on that. And then we moved to the second book, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. We did a little bit of, refreshing for my weary soul, practical nyamisem, based on the third book. And now we are doing Own It, which is a guide for taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. So on Saturdays, we do our Facebook Lives. And then there's beauty lessons with your favorite auntie. This is from my second book, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. So every week, say Monday to Fridays, there's always a video that you can watch to be inspired, to be blessed, to carry on with your day. So this year's beauty lessons with your favorite auntie. And of course, this here is Own It with your own ornithologist and queen of Own It. And the next program is Auntie Yaa'S Nuggets, basically anything to do with daily living. Watch out, for example, on Monday, which is in 2 days' time, there'll be Auntie Yaa'S Nugget, and the topic for that one is Stop the Procrastination. Okay. The next one, the fifth one, is Pearls of Wisdom. I take a scripture from the Bible and I share my insights from it. Yes. And a word with you is a clip of less than a minute based on a Bible verse. For example, Hebrews 13:5, it's coming up this week sometime, says, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. Do you believe that? If you did, you wouldn't be chasing after people and being insecure, right? So those are some of the examples. Last but not the least, there's Auntie Yaa'S Own It Academy. We provide book publishing services, life coaching, and women empowerment. Hello, Sister Ajua. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. That was a nice program this morning. So what I'm going to do now is, as I said, my capable Boatman Russell is not around. I'm going to share to a few groups, and then we'll come back and start the topic. So let's do this. Okay, so the brainwave that I got this morning when I was going through the comments that I was going to make, I realized that, well, here I am. I do little nuggets from these 2 books. But then what about these 2? So that's an idea for some future programs. So as I said, next week there'll be no program because I'm going to be away again. We'll be back the following week. So today we are going to be talking about Communication Skills 101. Communication is a big topic. We can't cover all the angles of it, but we'll just attempt to do highlights. And then to let me put this qualifier that we are not the experts in the field. We're just sharing highlights. So it's up to you to go do your own research, or go seek out some coaching, whatever you mentoring that you might need. We certainly, it's always good to offer the disclaimer because you never know what people might come up with. Yes. Let me just quickly do this. I need to share the book link into the chats. And then I have another comment I need to write in there, and we will be on our way. Facebook is very funny these days. You need to put in all your qualifiers. You do a video, there's no music in it, then they come and tell you they have blocked you because you use somebody's music, and you go, huh, what? When did I sing, or when did I play anything? Oh, hello, Sister Deborah. I can never even see people who come on. I just happen to be in the comments. That's why I see you. Welcome to the platform. And then there's, let me do this. So let's carry on. We are talking about communication today. When we say communication, what do you think of? Right now I'm talking, right? So communication, we use words. But how we talk and how we carry out those interactions is very key. So basically, communication is just imparting or exchanging of information or news. If I'm talking to Sister Ajua, I'm talking, she's listening, and then she'll talk and I'll listen. But do we always do that? So everybody has their unique style of communication. It's a way of interaction. But we know that there's people, we all have different styles. There's some people, when they are talking, you can't talk. You just have to listen to them because they'll go on and on and on. They are talking. I think it's in the first book, Reflections of for a Thirsty Soul. One of the topics I wrote about being on a train, pre-COVID days when we could go on trains and everybody was going to work. Yes, you'll see these Abrofu people talking. And what used to amaze me is that one person will do all the talking and the other person will be nodding their head and all that, nodding their head. And I remember being taught that, for me, this is what I know. If somebody sees me, even on the platform, like at work, and they go, hey, how are you doing? And then I'll say a few sentences and I'll say, how about you? To give them that room also to speak. It shouldn't always just be about you, but the scenarios that I'm sharing on the train, it's like they are dying to just put it all out there. So just because somebody is asked a question, they have to tell everything. And I've seen people do that, telling their whole life stories to people they've just met. That's their way of communicating. So basically, there's 4 basic communication styles. Yes. We'll talk about the passive. These people, they act indifferent. They yield to others or give in to others, and they fail to express themselves. Listen, it sounds very familiar to me because you and I, we were raised a certain way, or at least I remember. I don't know what happened after I grew up and left Ghana, because what I see now, I can't talk about it. So what happens is that you are told a little child should be seen and not heard. Yes. So when grown-ups come, you go greet them and then you vamoose. When they are leaving, then you come back and you go and say your goodbyes. So, and then because of that, we are not allowed to express ourselves. So everything is in here. So you are passive. Is that not what we see right now? If Sister Ajua does something to me, for me, the type of person that I am, I'll go and say, hey, sis, you said this. I don't understand. Can we talk about it? But because of our passive nature, some won't, right? but then they go and tell everybody else instead of coming directly to you. And so if people are kind enough, they might come to you and say, hey, so and so said this or that. I'm not sure what's going on, but can you sort it out with her? You know? And then you might say, oh, I didn't realize she was feeling that way, but why didn't she come to me? But we don't know that kind of communication. So you've told 10 other people other than the person you have a problem with. Before you know it, it's blown up because people put their own spin on it and away they go. So those passive people, this type of behavior leads to misunderstanding, and I just gave you a scenario. And then also they have anger built up inside them, resentment, yes. And I mean, it goes on and on. They are just like they go with the flow. They won't say no. So can you imagine if you are passive, living that way, right? How is that going for you? Okay, so we'll move on. Then there's the aggressive type. They speak loudly in a demanding voice, like they are the boss. You can't talk, you can't say nothing. Their opinion is it. Like, who are you to challenge them? They are very dominating. And then they have this intense eye contact, like they intimidate people. And then you are wrong. Anything you say or do is wrong. They'll criticize you. Even they can threaten or attack you. Yeah. And so they often what they do is they issue commands. Hey, you have to do this. They don't even ask nicely, oh, this is how it's going to be done. It's this way. Imagine working with people like that. They know everything. You can't get a word in edgewise. Do you know what I do? For me, this is what I maintain. I choose which hill I want to die on. Yeah. Because those kinds of people, you can't change them. They will insist, they'll think they are right. I'll be listening to you. If it's important enough, I speak up. Yeah, I always do. But if not, I'll just say in my head, you know what you know, I know what I know. And then I laugh and I go away because you can't convince me, right? But some people are so stubborn. It's almost like it's a stronghold in their life. You can't, unless they make that decision to change, you can't do anything about them. You just have to kind of work around them or find your own coping mechanisms. Let me read Sister Jo's comment. She said, communication is exchange words to connect with others, have clear understanding, skills to interact with other people all around. Communications inclined with active listening, etc. Thank you. And then she says, can you imagine when you're only taught to be seen and not heard, which basically means you are unimportant, so you should bend to any foolishness, I think is what you're trying to say. Yes, but this is how we were raised. Like, even now it's happening. Maybe somebody may come and share an opinion. They might not be going about it the right way, but all you hear is, oh, akwalaa no didi mpani atem. Akwalaa is in their 20s, they're in their 30s. Into akwalaa, they never grow up. Penny will always be penny. Even when going to their 80s, they don't give up and let the young people to come. So it's very interesting, yeah. And these are aggressive people, right? They are always they create problems. Look, my daughter, my oldest daughter likes this show and she makes me watch it. I remember seeing it on TV, but I never bothered with it, but she's so into it. And these are weird. They are so strange, right? It's called The Office. And I tell you, the boss in it, the way he behaves, I think he's this aggressive, whatever type. What he says is what goes. And just the things that he says to people in this day and age, even in any office setting, you go, whoa, that is grounds for harassment. Somebody will file a grievance, toot sweet, right? So those are the aggressive people. They are bullies. Yes. Now we'll go to the passive aggressive. These people, they are passive on the surface, yeah, but they'll act in subtle, indirect ways. They won't tell you how they feel, but they'll be mumbling to themselves. Like you tell them to do something, they'll say, oh, let's do it your way. And then they turn around and say, oh, your way is stupid. Like they talk a certain way. They are not very, I don't know how to say this. Their facial expressions don't tell you what they are feeling. But I've always wondered, I've met people like that. They are very dangerous. They are very, very dangerous. especially if you have one as a colleague. Oh my goodness, they'll undermine you to the whatever. They have difficulty acknowledging their anger. Like you need to be able to say, hey, I'm feeling this, or hey, I'm feeling that way. But I don't know what makes them that way, that they won't speak up. Because if you tell somebody what you need, of course they have to respond to it. But if they don't know, how can they respond? So these ones here, oh, I don't want to say things, but I hazard a guess that what we see, what we see on Facebook, all these fights and beefs, is a whole bunch of passive aggressiveness that's going on. Yeah. So, or they give you the silent treatment. They won't talk to you, and you don't know what's going on because they will never come and tell you what the problem is, and you are left to guess. And of course, maybe even in situations, say you are in a meeting, then they'll be making comments that bring, like they put a comment out and you don't know how to react to it because it's just so out of left field. It takes you by surprise, and you tell yourself, oh, so this person was seething with anger and I didn't know. Like you need to be aware of this and aware of such people because they can blow up at any time. So the last but not the least type of communication style is the assertive. They have open communication. They are not overbearing. They express their feelings and their desires. They consider the feelings of others. It does not mean that they are fools, so no, but they think to they tend to think of, like they are talking to you, but they put themselves in your situation. Like me, I was arranging something with a coach and I was trying to say, oh, maybe this time. And I said, well, 6 o'clock on such a day works for me. But I said, well, maybe that might be your supper time. And then she responded and said, oh, I'm flexible. My family is flexible. So I could have just said, oh, I want 6 o'clock. If I'm the aggressive type, I want 6 o'clock. No, you don't do that. You always have to consider the other side. You talk and you work it out. So these ones too, right? They balance their rights with the rights of others because it's not just all about them. And they use I statements when they are talking. They are not blaming people, like how the aggressive person said, it's your fault. Everything is your fault. You're not them. Not they never say I because they are right. So these are some of the types that we've talked about so far. Let me see. Sister Joa says passive aggressive people are cowards, weak, liars, conniving, two-faced, dangerous, and secretive. This is it. They can bring a country down. It's like, it's amazing. I mean, if I don't know, it's almost like as human beings, right? Yeah, we're here on a life journey, but you need to become very what's the word that I should use? You need to become very smart, very alert, very aware of the human dynamic, figure out who people are and how you interact with them. Yes, these types of behaviors have sent many people into hiding. They won't come out and interact too much with people. Others too, they are bold, they'll go out there, but they are very cautious. And it's very sad because there's a lot that we have to learn from each other, but because of some of these issues, we're all missing out. From experiencing a very good relationships, benefiting from knowledge from one another. As we sit here talking, and Sister Adjo will bear me out, some people will say, I don't want to, what are they talking about? Yesterday, Sister Adjo was doing a video. All of a sudden, some angry faces started flying. I was going to even write a book all day, and then she herself asked them, why am I getting the angry faces? Can we talk? And I'm thinking, I didn't hear anything she said that was out of character. So why would you sit there and be offended and be doing angry faces? That's passive aggressive behavior. We don't want to own our stuff. So when somebody is talking about it, it hits us and then we respond, react negatively. The negative, the angry faces has nothing to do with Ajwa. It's to do with the individual who's sending them. But if you are not mature enough, you won't know this and you think it's you because they are projecting onto you. So let's carry on. Let's see. What did I have? The communication skills. So we've talked about what is communication and We're going to talk about reasons we are not able to communicate. Well, you see, when you have a situation where people are, what do you call it? You are in a conversation, right? And somebody is controlling the conversation. There's two people who are interacting. It gets to a point, there'll be a breakdown because nobody is giving. That person is taking over, and you can't talk to them, make them understand anything. It becomes a problem. Adjoa says there are those people who will come to you and say one thing, then go to the other person to say something totally different to cause troubles. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. So why are we unable to communicate? Failure to listen. You have to be a good listener. Remember the example I gave? That person who was doing all in the train, the person, they are a good listener, listening, but it doesn't hit the other person to stop talking and let them also get into the conversation. Do you find that if I'm talking to Sister Ajua, or Sister Ajua is talking to me, let me use that one. I'm listening. To all intents and purposes, you think I'm listening, but I'm not hearing her. I'm just in a hurry for her to finish speaking so that I'll respond. So that leads to a lot of misunderstanding. We don't, we listen to respond, not to understand. Yeah. Also, failure to respect one another in conversations, right? When you respect each other and you're having a conversation, you're able to have a healthy conversation. Let me tell you some of the signs of disrespect: insulting, mocking, belittling. What do we see on social media? Yeah. Or interrupting people. When somebody is talking, then oh blah blah, somebody interrupts. It's like you are not important. Sometimes in penny for the big honchos are what some can do. Oh, they interrupt. I'm thinking, okay, that's not very respectful. This person was talking. It's like they gloss over you. I think Ajo had a statement about you being unimportant. That you are to be seen and not heard, so you're unimportant. When people do this, they make you feel that your opinion doesn't matter, right? Or they change the topic. They can't handle what you are saying, so they change the topic. I'm going to make a little joke. Say our parents, they are from the old school. So I don't know what it is about old school and katasumuma. So like we don't deal with realities. In that time, everything was fair. Oh, wait you say. Those of us these days, we put it out there plain and plain. So my mother, when you're talking to her and you find out that you're talking or you're harping on one particular thing for a bit, then you see she switched the topic, then I'll say, hey, I haven't finished though. You've moved on, but you didn't allow me to finish. Like, what is the issue? So hey, Adra says, of course, communication is done between two or more people, because if one talk to themselves in a full-blown conversation alone, it will be seen as madness. Well, there's a lot of that going on too. So who knows? So yeah, if you're not respecting me in a conversation, I cut it off. I remember one time in a work situation, somebody called me about an issue and I'm talking to them and they are being rude and doing whatever. And I just, people could hear me on the floor. I let them have it in a nice way that, look, I will not be disrespected and blah, blah, blah. So one of my colleagues came by to tell me that, wow, she liked the way that I handled it. I think she even went to tell my manager about it, because just because I'm at the receiving end of the phone doesn't mean you have to come and abuse me. Yes, I'm providing you a service, but you also need to be courteous. The other reason to why we're unable to communicate is that we fail to articulate. We don't state things clearly. You have to state things clearly to avoid misunderstanding. Those of us who are raised in this timidity environment, this is a big problem for us. We don't say how we actually feel. And I don't know, we've been so brainwashed that we can't even speak up for ourselves sometimes, some of us. So it's like you won't say how you actually feel. And then you come home and say, oh, my boss this, my boss that. Did you tell them? Did you let them know? It's not all their fault. You need to hone your communication skills so you can articulate your needs. Yeah. And then also the next one is that a failure to express honesty. So when you are not honest, I guess it's coming from the point I just made before. You are not telling people how you really feel. Like, be willing to express yourself openly, you know, because when you do that, then the conversation can progress. But if you don't, if like you're talking to your supervisor and they've asked you a question, and because of this timidity, this fear, you are not able to put what you're not able to answer honestly, it stops the conversation. It's like they want you to, they want your input, but you are stuck for your own personal reasons. These things we need to work on, right? We need to work on, because you in this life, right? You are a whole package. And if the package is not, how do you even explain it? An empty package, half full, not even three quarters full, then your presentation is going to be poor. That's why we need to work on ourselves, because if you're not able to speak up or stand up for yourself and then people use and abuse you, whose fault is it? You know, it's like you have a part to play in it. Nobody's going to do it for you. So sometimes we just have to stop the blame game things and just get on with it, do our work, own it. Mhm. Sister Ajua says, there's so much disrespect and oppression imposed onto others because some people feel they are entitled to speak or share their own opinion anyhow, and others do not have that right. Such nonsense. It goes on. It's like we are controlling, we are manipulative, we muzzle people. Like, I'm speaking my truth. This is how I feel. And you're coming to tell me I shouldn't feel that way. This is how it should be, your way or what you know. You are not always right. Have you? When was the last time you sat down to really do an introspection? Think, who am I? Where am I going? Am I happy where I'm at now? How am I impacting others? Is it negative? Is it positive? If we would ask ourselves some of these questions, we wouldn't see what we are seeing out there. Yeah, this point that Sister Joa made is a very important point. This is what is happening in our community. This is what is happening. And then those people who are sharing those opinions too, they don't know anything. They don't even know. It's just, and she swore, it's like, this is how it is. This is how it's always been done. Hey, there's a new way out there. Have you tried it? Do you even know it? Life is changing. It's not back there in those days. So life is changing and you need to hurry up and catch up. Don't go around trying to control everybody's narrative. Everybody is different. So then the next one is failure to compromise. Conversations involve compromise. It's not don't come and do my way or the highway things. That's not it. That is not effective communication. Like, you're trying to resolve a problem or you are negotiating, right? You have to learn to compromise. Hey, there she is.
Hi.
When I was talking about you coming at 10, now Miss Rome, oh, yeah, will go a wall on me, and then I'm sitting here saying she's coming.
Oh, I know, I know. But
Okay, one for any man never home.
some mentally uncle breako.
Oh,
Me receive this stock. Miss send a text this year, but me say well.
oh, okay, okay.
Tin me go so. Jumantina.
Oh, okay. No problem. No problem. And it's like a compromise assembly that I'm talking about. If one person does not budge, no progress will be made. Mhm.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
And when you are
so
compromising, the way we are, no, we always, oh, I'm right, I'm right. And if you say, if you say, Ajua, Sister Ajua is welcoming you. If we say,
oh, thank you.
if you give an inch, it's not a sign of weakness. No,
Yeah,
it's just a
yeah.
way of trying to maximize the payoffs. Like, you have to strive to get to this win-win situation, not, I'm here, you are there, I've beaten you. No, it doesn't work that way. No.
Yeah, and then also we forget that we're all different and have different point of views. Even children see things differently, so we
Yes.
have to be open to that and
Mm-hmm.
consider that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is not to say you have to change your point of view, but if you are open to it, you see how they or where they are coming from and be
Mm-hmm.
able to understand better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, we communicate. Sorry, I'll continue.
No, no, that was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At this time, no, I've looked at what do you call it? Um, we're doing communication skills 101 today. I've looked at what is communications,
Yeah.
reasons to be able to communicate, and then we're going to do how to overcome barriers to communication. But before then, I'm going to take a break until
Okay.
then. That will be our last segment when I come back.
Okay.
Let's see, where are we? Okay, yeah, since you're on, you do yours, and then because I don't know when you have to get off again.
Oh. Oh, okay. Um today okay.
Yati.
Missing. My all confused. But yeah, you just go check my social media out. Yeah, Russell Hints. It's all about natural health and beauty. Yeah, check me out on YouTube, yeah, Boatsma Boatin Russell, and then the rest Instagram, TikTok, and um all the rest, yeah, at Sierra Russell Hints. So please check me out. Next week I'll say much about it later.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week, Yeniho.
Ah, okay. The week after then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have this. It's funny. It's my grandson's birthday, the last one. He's going to be 3. And
Oh.
so I heard of this program in June and I said, oh, I can't go because it's my grandson's birthday. And then all of a sudden they said, oh, they were going to have the party that day, but I'd already signed up for this women's program, like at
Oh.
some ranch somewhere, horse riding, hair riding,
Oh,
this and that.
nice.
And then all of a sudden I'm saying to my son, so what are you saying again? The party is on I've signed up for this. He goes, oh, don't worry about it. Then they are going to the place that they are going to do it. He goes, oh, it's too expensive. And they are, well, I think he said everything is booked for October 1. So they have to move it to the 2nd. And I'm like, oh
Okay.
brother. So then while they were here, I hear my husband talking to them about, oh, when is the party? And I said, Alex, what is he saying? I've already signed up for this. He goes, no, no, mom, it's okay. It's okay. So, but I'm still going. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
I have to
Oh,
figure out how
nice.
I'll see my grandson. Maybe I'll go over. I have to go see him, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, where is? Oh no, no, you see, he got to daycare. Monday he got there. He goes, Teacher Pretty, I had fun at Grandma's house. Hey, children talk. Oh. And so I said, Alex, oh, Bona, if you were beating him to, he will go and say it. So,
Oh, same. Same for everything. So
yeah.
the good
So,
and the bad.
yes. Um, I was looking to, let's see, I put the wrong. Okay, so it's still commercial hour. So please go and support Sister Ya Boatma Boating Russell on YouTube. Very, very knowledgeable, insightful programs, health and wellness tips and tricks, maybe.
Yep.
So next is Sister Ajua Odo. It's not Page. I have to change that. It's Sister Ajua Odo Mensah's talk show, right, Sister Ajua? So Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, she does Abrabo Munsem. Yesterday she came on earlier in the afternoon because she had a meeting at the time of the usual time of the program. And so, yes, that was an interesting discussion. And today, Saturdays, she does marriage teachings with Osofo Samuel on at 3 p.m. Eastern. Please join them. Osofo Samuel is, oh my, a down-to-earth Osofo who has a wealth of knowledge and the way he explains things. Inka, if all pastors were like that, Anka would be truly, truly blessed. But also on Sundays, at 3 p.m., there's the Dreamers and Visionaries coaching program. It's a free coaching program with Pastor Patience Edwards. Listen, I've been going to this coaching program, I think the last year and a half, and what I've learned We don't pay attention, we're not very aware, but in life, if you're sitting around being unhappy, you need to do some introspection. Yeah, I think today is my word of the day. Sister Ajua, this morning your word of the day was sinister. Today mine is introspection. You need to look at yourself. Is your soul happy? That is the main thing. And you need to do what it takes to be able to live a better life. You have to take that responsibility for your actions, for your life. A lot of us are not prepared to do that. We project onto others. This happened to me, that has happened to me, so everybody should come and help me. Woe is me, this and that. Everything begins and starts with you. If you want to grow, there's things that are free, there's some too that you have to pay for. I paid for coaching, yes. Don't we sit with, because of poverty mindset, we complain about the money that we spend. But if it's to benefit you, to make you healthier, to make you happier, go for it. So Pastor Patience, apart from this program, she also has a coaching program. She does tap send. If you want to send money to Ghana, contact her. Her code is Lady P. And also she does ASEA Redox, ASEA products. I've taken that.
Oh, and on the tap send,
Mhm.
I used her code and they gave I was sending money to my son and they gave him extra $15. So take advantage of that too.
Yes, yes. Thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you. So yes, that is what is happening. Some of the other sisters too have programs. Our sister um, Sika educates. Yes, very insightful. There's a lot of women on these platforms doing all kinds of things. Please patronize them. There's Sister Womrikwa lunchtime talks. Sister Isha Ankara, she does not do programs, but she's very supportive of people. She goes to people's programs. Her comments are very insightful. She sells Juice Plus and Avon. She's in UK. So if you are there, please contact her. Thank you. So I think, this is the one and only commercial we're doing. So I'm going to go back to the programs that we do on this platform. So on Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner, we do Saturday lives. And every Saturday, well, when we can be here, as I said, we're not here next weekend. But yes, so Saturday and any topic. Right now we're doing Own It, topics from Own It, because you are responsible for your life journey. You need to take control. You need to take charge. As well, there's little clips that I do from this book, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. You'll see it every week. Monday to Friday, there's always a video on this platform, so watch out for it. There's a lot in this book. All these books are on Amazon, so go there for your copy. And then there's little clips I do also about Own It with your own ornithologist and queen of Own It, which is moi. And there's Auntie Yaa'S Nuggets. Those are also nuggets for daily living. I mentioned at the beginning of the program that watch out for tomorrow. Tomorrow, Auntie Yaa'S Nuggets is Stop the Procrastination. It's very insightful. The next program is Pearls of Wisdom. It's based on the Bible. I take a Bible verse and then I do insights about it, share with you. As well, I do a word with you. That's a clip under a minute, a Bible passage, and just something, a little nugget that you can carry with you for your day. So I was saying that it hit me that I'm doing video clips from these two, but what about these two? For reflection for my weary soul and reflection for a thirsty soul and refreshing for my weary soul. So I thought to myself, I used to do practical nyamisem from here. So where we grow and we develop. So I'm saying, okay, I need to focus. Maybe I'll be doing things from these two books also. So these books are all on Amazon. They are easy reads, very simple. If you are committed to your life journey in terms of growth and development, and you want to be a better version of yourself and be able to achieve your goals, you should contact Auntie Yaa'S Own It Academy. We provide book coaching services, life coaching, and women empowerment. You have a story. We read other people's stories and we think that is it. But oh, Michelle Obama's story, oh, this, that person. What about yours? It's sitting inside you. You are too busy to write it. Contact Auntie Yaa'S On It Academy. We will help you with that. Let me put the information for that here, and then you'll be able to, where is it? Okay. So the email you can contact us on Messenger, Yaafodatobrah, or by email, ownitbooks@gmail.com. Your life is your own. Nobody is going to live your life for you. There's people around who are controlling you, muzzling you. We're talking about communication here. A lot of people, if you are honest with yourselves, you are living by other people's scripts. It's about time you took charge of your own life and lived according to your own script. So come see us. We'll help you do your story. Okay, so I'll go through the comments and then we can continue with the last bit. Where did it start from? So Sister Ajua says, the assumption, misconceptions, misunderstanding, misinformation, lies, lack of knowledge, lack of boundaries, lack of emotional intelligence, lack of fairness, lack of effective communications, lack of rationality, and many other negative aspects are greater for many people within our community. That is it. I mean, it's a problem, but until each individual takes the time to look at themselves, introspection, we're not going to get anywhere. And then she says, oh, okay. Oh, you like my word. Yeah, that's the word for the day, introspection. Uh-huh. And Sister Ajua says, we are what we say and do in life. Uh-huh. Is that Pastor P? Hello, Pastor P. Welcome. How's your week? You own your life. See, Auntie Yaa put it together for you. Yes. So back to, let's see. We're going to get into the last bit here. How to overcome barriers to communication. Yeah, are you there? Oh, okay. She's at work,
Yeah,
so. Oh,
I'm
okay.
here. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to share in case you have to go on how to overcome the barriers?
Oh, okay. I left my notes in my room, but it's okay. Let me see what I remember.
Mhm,
Yes. Yeah, the first one was to remember that communication is not always just the oral, that your body language also
mhm, mhm,
counts and your facial expressions, because in
mhm,
order for someone to believe what you're saying, your body language, your facial expression, everything should match whatever that you're saying. And
mhm.
it's true for even when you're talking to kids, they sense and they read it. It's innate. It's just a
Yeah.
human thing. Yeah. um
Yeah.
and also, yes,
I was saying that
can you hear me?
kids are
Uh-huh.
smarter than we think they are. They
Yes,
see through us.
yes, yes, it's true. And to build on that too, how we live our lives, and I'm concentrating on communicating with our kids,
Mhm,
because if you are telling them one thing and living a different thing, they're
mhm.
not going to take whatever you're saying.
Yeah.
So we should look at being honest with them in order to build trust, because in order for someone to receive whatever that you are passing on to them, they need to trust you in
Mhm,
communication. And also, um, we have to not only spew out what we have to say, but we need to ask for feedback, or like, do you not just do you understand, because sometimes when um, my parents are talking to me and they're going on and they say, do you understand, in order to end the thing, I'll just say yes. So do you understand is not really an effective way, but we can actually ask an open question, like,
mhm,
can you tell me what I'm saying, or can you repeat what I said, or something like that, just to get
Mhm.
the other person also to talk, and also so you know that it's effective, because it's not communication if you're just spewing out words and
Yeah.
they don't get whatever that you're saying.
Mhm.
um I've forgotten the rest. I'm sure it will
It's okay.
come back. So
You,
yeah.
you have done well. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just read these two comments. So thank you, yeah. Sister Ajua says, yes, by definition, your word of the day, Sister Ya, for that about introspection is the examination or observation of one's own mental and emotional processes. It is a must. It is a must. It is much needed. And Pastor P says, thank you, Yahweh, the body language and facial expression. A lot of people don't understand that. Bam, bam, bam. Yes. Because, sometimes you're in a social place, social setting, and your friend is in a group, you go and you talk, you are in the group, but then you get on the scene, you see another person, you are greeting them, but their body language is telling you all kinds of things. And if you don't notice it, then you are not a very I don't know what to say. You are not very alert or aware. So yeah, to add to what Yah said, in terms of barriers, overcoming the barriers to communication, you have to be clear in what you say. Because if clarify, if somebody is talking and you don't understand, make sure that you are clarifying. And also what you are saying, your message must be to the point, be concise. When you go all over the place giving irrelevant information, it gets lost in translation. People won't understand you. You miscommunicate. Then later you might say, oh, how come, this is what I meant, but it wasn't clear to the person. And maybe that person too won't ask questions until then it leads to a whole bunch of confusion. And you know, it says when you have to be considerate in your conversations with people. People have different backgrounds. It could be different cultural backgrounds and things. So you even have to be careful that you are not saying things or making innuendos or disrespecting something that
Yes,
you might not take.
exactly.
Jose,
You see, yes, I was just confirming what you're saying.
okay.
Yeah.
Things that you might not take seriously, they take it seriously, and then it becomes an offense. There's a lot of rules around some of these things, especially in work situations. So there's policies, and so if you go and do something that is out of line, somebody will be filing a grievance against you pretty quick. And then also, you need to be courteous, respect people's values. I'm building up to what I said previously about understanding people's cultural biases. You have to be very respectful. If somebody is, it's like I saw a clip, it just came into my mind, whether it's related, it must be related. Is this Sikh MP? That's what they are called in Britain, right? And he's just talking furiously at Bojo about some comments that he made, racial comments that he made to people. Somebody, so if he says, if the Muslim woman is in a hijab, I'm in a this or that, you are not being
Yeah.
respectful, so you need to apologize. So things like that. You
Mm.
don't go around calling people names or doing all these are all communication aspects, and it
Yeah.
becomes, yeah. I had I had a manager before who made a comment about another manager. That manager has since passed away. That, oh, is it the way is it the way that they were brought up? And I looked and I thought, I forget how he put it. And I'm thinking, that says a lot about you from what you are saying, right?
Yeah.
So basically, to when you are given messages, you have to support your message with concrete facts. Don't go and be all over the place or adding lies and this and that. Speak the truth. Go to the point. Oh, this is what the issue is. I
Yeah.
read about this here, or this is what the person said. It's in this letter dated such and such. Always have, don't, a lot of these things, um, a lot of these things happen because people won't take the time to do the work. They just come out with anything and talk anyhow. So always support what you say. And then also your language should be, go straight to the point. Don't be vague. Well,
Mm-hmm.
don't be vague. Be bold. A lot of us in our community, I'll speak as it relates to our community, these misunderstandings happen because of how we were raised. the cultural aspects of not speaking up, be quiet, a woman shouldn't talk, this, that,
Mm.
respect your elders. So children, we can't verbalize anything. And then we've grown up with it. Now it's a problem. And we
Yeah.
lash out at each other. So your communication must be clear, concise, concrete. You have to be courteous. You have to be considerate of people's um, opinions. You have to listen. If you don't understand, ask questions.
Yeah.
Clarify. I don't get this. What do you mean?
Mm.
Don't be so afraid of people that, oh, if I ask a question, they'll be offended. And that's how we are because we don't know. Emotional intelligence, no, it's not something we've
Mm.
worked on. Everything is, oh, they'll be offended if that's it's yet here. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, she
Yeah.
said this, so she doesn't like me. No, ask
You
them
take
why they said
everything
that.
personal. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. Adjoa says the amount of time some people dedicate to foolishness, if they are to use 1/4 of that time in acquiring knowledge and wisdom, they will excel and succeed in
Oh,
life
I
in a
do.
short period of time with focus, willingness, clear mind, value, and determination. We waste a lot of time on unnecessary things. Meanwhile, time
Yeah.
is flying by.
Hmm.
Pastor P says, do you remember the video with the boy who demolished his mom's house? When I said about facial
Hey.
expression and body language, some people even insulted me on Mandy's platform. I didn't care because I know what
Hey.
I said was right. Hey, oh yeah, that. Oh, I remember that. Yes. Oh my goodness. The insults, just because somebody's, you see, the classic. She
Oh.
has her opinion. This is what she
Yeah.
said. Insults. We have
Why
a long
wouldn't
way
you
to go.
ask her questions if you don't understand what she's saying?
Yes,
Or if you have a different opinion, you can ask questions,
yes.
you know? Yeah.
And
And
then
when you talked about us like personalizing everything,
mhm,
it reminded me of a point also that when we're giving feedback or when we're reprimanding, or let's say you're trying to communicate something to your child, you don't make it a personal statement. And an example will be that you don't say that I don't like it when you're lazy. That's too like making it
mhm.
personal. But you can say that I don't like it when you don't do your chores. Like,
Yes.
the specific thing that they are doing, but not to,
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
Yeah. Even further to what you are saying, we the parents now we label our kids. And then when the school system comes and says, oh, maybe my child is troublesome, my child is this, you are saying
Hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Find a way around it. Work with the
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
You know, Miss H says that reading body language is like uh, really the gray eyes in the gray areas in the communication. It tells
Mm.
us a lot that we don't know. It's true.
True.
You
True.
can get a lot from looking into somebody's eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because some people are shifty. You can see that maybe I don't trust this person, or you see
Mm-hmm.
somebody and you go, oh wow. Look, there's people that I've met on the train when I was giving the example of pre-COVID days when things were normal. Like I'll see a woman sitting there reading whatever, and she lifts
Mm.
her head up, and I look at her, and I just tell myself, wow, that person there is a woman of inner peace. You can tell there's something about them that they are glowing, that they are okay.
Mm. Yeah.
And then there's something that you see, they'll be flipping and doing this and doing that
Hmm.
when they see you, and I say, oh, am I making you insecure? That is all body language.
True. Very true. Yep.
So yeah. So yes, we came to talk about communication skills. And so this is where we started from. We're calling it 101. Where am I there? So what is communications? Reasons we're unable to communicate, and then how to overcome the barriers. We talked about the different communication styles, right? The passive, the what do you call it? Passive people, passive aggressive, the aggressive person, and then the assertive person.
Right.
So, and then we discussed, we talked about,
You've done a lot.
yeah, reasons we're unable to communicate, and then how to overcome it. So, I mean, there's more out there, but you can always do your research. But basically, You know, communication is very important because our relationships are based on these interactions that we have with each other. And when you hit an impasse, you have to make sure that you try to resolve, like how you resolve things depends exactly on the way you are able to put your thoughts across. Yes. Pastor P says she checks more of the body language than what people tell her. Yeah. And Sister Ajua says the way some people blame their dumb decisions they made on their own and on other people clearly depicts their narrow mindsets. They fail to acknowledge their inability to function productively. So, communication, good communication, effective communication is what will take you places. As a human being, living on this earth, your interactions with people are so important. How do you communicate with people? Are you able to put your point across to people? Are you respectful of people's opinions? Are you able to understand what they are saying? If you don't understand, do you ask questions? There's nothing wrong with asking questions. We come from a community where um, people are so inhibited in their shells, they won't come out. They are in that box. Yes, I threw the box on Ajua's platform yesterday and she had to explain. There's 4 corners in the box. If you try it and it's not working, get out. If your communication is not working, you're in relationships, you keep jumping in and out of relationships, you're a man and you are so arrogant, you are so whatever, and the women come and go. Is it the women's fault? Maybe you
Sure.
need to look at yourself. You're a woman and all you're giving away the farm. The men are coming and going. Ask yourself questions. You know, everything depends on you. Own
Yes.
it. It's taking accountability and responsibility for your own life journey. Anything that you have to do in life, you have to speak it. If you want good, you speak it. If you want bad and you speak it, it's coming on you. So how you interact in this world is so important. And if you are not going to take it seriously, your life is not going to go anywhere. You need to have wisdom. You need to use wisdom in how you deal with people. Don't use your words or your communications to minimize people, to push people down, to shut people up. No. Be somebody who's able to communicate effectively, tell people the good they are doing, bless people, inspire people. That is what will make you a productive citizen on this earth. A lot of this will only happen if you do your introspection. Where is That's the last word that I'm going to leave you with. Where's Ajua's definition again? Okay, so this is what Ajua gave me. Introspection is the examination or observation of one's own mental and emotional processes. Do the work, own it. So we'll leave it right here. Yeah, thank you for coming. I thank all of you who are on. Sister
Yes.
Ajua,
You're
Pastor P,
welcome.
Miss Sage, who else am I missing? This is why you don't mention names, because you'll miss people. If you're on and I didn't see you, thank you for coming on. We appreciate your participation. And you know what? Join us in 2 weeks' time. Let me read these last 2 comments and then we'll be
Okay.
done. Sister Adra says, I've never in my life yet seen people come forth when they win some of the money, when they use their last money, but when they lose it all, then they blame the government for their poor gambling habits. Ajwa, and she said, the truth is one,
Auntie.
and a fool's reaction or response to anything they disagree with starts with an
Oh,
insult because they have nothing constructive to give. It's part
mm-hmm.
of the defense mechanisms.
Yeah.
We need to rewire, reprogram ourselves. It is a must. So, yes, if you come on after, please leave your comments. We'll certainly look at them and respond to them. So, thank you. Watch out for the videos that will come on this platform during the week and give us your comments and your feedback. I appreciate you all. Thank you, yeah. So, we'll see you
All
on
right.
um,
Next two
October.
weeks.
Hey, that is also Thanksgiving. Okay, we'll talk, yeah.
Okay. All right
Okay.
then.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Love you all. Take care, okay? Have a good rest of the week.
Bye
Bye for now.
everyone.